Eamon Khan here for Seconds Out with Archie Sharp. Archie, good to see you. Good to see you back on TNT Sports. It was BT, I think, back in the past when you were back on there, but good to be back. What was the process like getting back onto TNT Sports?
Yeah, it's great to be back, mate. I appreciate having me on as well, so thank you. Like I say, I'm just glad to be here. It's great energy again, and it's been a frustrating period in my last couple of years, 3-4 years, but look, we are where we are. We're here now today, and we're ready to put on a big show on Saturday.
You had the conversations with Frank Warren as to maybe a plan or what could be lying ahead for you?
Yeah, there's a plan behind the scenes. There's a plan. Obviously, we've got Saturday, and we'll see what we look for the rest of the year. But my main concentration is obviously just being out Saturday, doing what I need to do Saturday, and then everything else will kind of follow suit.
You've had obviously a frustrating period out, and I remember seeing you back in like 2019. I think you were, for me, the top of the pops in all the mix of the Brit division, kind of all the fighters coming up through, and it kind of just then stagnated after that Declan Geraghty fight, and I guess your career didn't quite progress after that. Like, just in your own words, and I think there was a TalkSport interview saying you considered as well going back to work and maybe not continuing on. So just how bad of a period has it been for you?
Yeah, it's been very frustrating. Like, you got to look at yourself. Like, 2019 was very busy for me. Like you say, I boxed Declan Geraghty, one of the knockouts of the year on BT Sport at the time, and then I boxed Ramlav, who, as we hear everyone see, Ramlav's unbeaten when he was unbeaten, a 30-year-old man, young, which is young. And then a few years later, he gives major trouble to Mark Chamberlain, gives Chamberlain nightmares. So I had a very good 2019. Then COVID come 2020, and then that was it, really. And then after COVID, I had 1 or 2 fights here and there. And then, the split come with Frank. And, it just went quiet. Everything went quiet, and it was hard. But we move on, and it was very frustrating. I was looking at things. What do I do next? Is this for me? Is it not for me? There's a lot of character testing, But the mindset's strong. The mindset's good. Stayed disciplined. Stayed hungry, and obviously the build up with joining with Roy Jones, Ian Weaver, and Richard Sawyer. That kind of gave me another boost, especially where Roy was so confident in what he sees, what I do. And he's very confident with going world titles, so I just stay disciplined and dedicated to the sport.
With that move to having that guidance under Roy Jones Jr., naturally work on the boxing side of it, but how much of the mental side has he worked on in terms of, giving you bits of advice and changing you as a thinking fighter, I guess, more so than just the boxing skills? Yeah,
definitely. The mindset of it is amazing, and I think that's what it is as well. You think all these fighters have had it so easy, going for getting not so easy. That's an understatement. So not so easy, but Roy just went through his career and done what he done, and that was that. But he had challenges. There was challenges for him politically and whatever else. So he says, "Arch, listen, it will happen. We will get there." And then I'm like, "Oh, look, well, they moved me from number 1 to number 2." And then he's like, "Don't worry about it." And I'm like, "Oh, number 3." He's like, "Arch, just chill. We'll get back on the TV, and then it'll all work out."
With that said, for the fight of the weekend, do you feel that you have to produce some sort of highlight reel finish to keep your name in people's mouths? Yeah,
I'm going out there to knock someone's spark out. I'm going out there to knock someone. I'd like to see another Declan Geraghty sort of reel again, That's what my aim is. Obviously, I need to showcase my stuff and do what I need to do in the gym. Roy won't be very, very happy, will he? So I need to do all that first and be patient. But main thing is enjoying myself and just being back. And I'm just grateful to be back, and I'm grateful that everyone's come out and supporting on Saturday.
Just talking about your priority list in terms of what you want coming through the weekend, who would you put as top of your list in terms of what you want?
Well, ideally, I was looking last night. Obviously, you got Lee Wood at number 3, you got Cortez 2, and Albert Bell number 1. Either one of them fights for myself is ideal to get. Obviously, I'd want to go straight in and fight Oscar Valdez, who's got the interim. We'll see what Navarrete does next week with the belt, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, either one. I want the big fights, the big names. That's what I'm here for. I've had 3-4 years of waiting around. It's now time to kick on and then get the big fights.
Valdez answered a bit about himself with the win over Liam Wilson. There was thoughts maybe that Valdez was slipping a bit. Liam, good, tough, upcoming fighter, had his own fallback again against Navarrete, but came back to that position against Valdez. But Valdez proved that he's got a lot left in the tank.
Yeah, he did for sure. But there was no surprise there for myself, And it's the same when they used Wilson. So I was higher than Wilson in the rankings, and then they done some shafty stuff and got him to fight Navarrete. But I believe the reason why they've done that is because Wilson is what Wilson is. He's there, he's staying in the middle. it's nice for Navarrete, it's nice for Valdez, it suits their style, it's lovely. So, and I think that's what happened there. Whereas if myself was in them, I'd be moving too slick, too quick for them, and I'll cause them all sorts of problems. But yeah, that's where we are.
You and Shakur have had eyes for each other for a bit.
Yeah, Shakur's demons, and obviously I've been on the Shakur for a little while now. The thing that what bugged me a little bit was he was saying that no one wanted to fight him and there was no fights for him. I was number one for 2 years. There's no reason why you can't fight the WBO number one if you're the champion. Just even if you just wanted to keep busy fight, there was no reason for it. I was there, I was fit, I was ready, just waiting for the call, but he never took the call.
How do you feel he fares against Harutyunyan?
Say again, sorry?
How do you feel he fares against Harutyunyan? That fight's been announced.
Yeah, I see that fight announced. Yeah, I see that. And Shakur Foster's on the undercard as well. Yeah, look, Shakur's a good kid. He's a very talented kid, and I think Shakur does what Shakur does. And he'll box well, he'll be slick. But I think there's not much more. Ideally, what he wants to do is come out and make a bit of a statement and put the fellow away, because we all know you can box. We all know he's a great boxer with his feet. But I'm not too don't know too much about the opponent, to be honest with you, so it's a bit of another one for me to comment in regards of how he will come, whether he's going to come forward, box or whatever, but it'll be interesting to see how it all unfolds.
Within that mix around, if we weren't back like we did 2019, I said it looked like for me you were top of the pops, but Kachi seemed to really pushed on from that period, and now he finds himself in a fight with Joe Cordina. Do you think Kachi can upset the odds and beat Cordina?
Yeah, and fair play to Kachi. You know, that's just a sign. That's a sign of showing that dedication and being disciplined as well. You know what I mean? Staying true to the sport. Obviously, I know he had a few issues early on in his career, but in the last couple of years, he's doing what he's doing, and fair play to him. He deserves a shot at Cordina out there. Saudi probably getting good money as well, so good luck to him. How do I find the fight goes? Depends on what Cordina turns up as well, because I've been told he's tight at the weight, so I'll be interested to see how he turns up. I think it's a great fight for the fans to watch. If I had to pick a winner, I am going to slightly back Cordina, but win, lose or draw, that's still a great fight for myself, me and Kachi, regardless.
Gil versus Barrett as well, and you've obviously Barrett got the victory there, but those two on your radar as well?
Yeah, Zelfa Barrett for sure, especially nowadays doing 5v5s. I believe that probably Zelfa's probably one of the favourite ones for at the super featherweights for Eddie Hearn. I was sparring Jordan Gill for that fight, done a few rounds with Gill for the fight, so he done well. I personally thought Gill was pushing the fight and winning the fight. I did think he would have been up on the scorecards. It was he found a great shot, found a great body shot, and then yeah.
Your thoughts on the impending undisputed fight between Fury versus Usyk? I imagine as a boxer, well, they're both brilliant boxers, but maybe you might favour Fury over Usyk here. What do you think?
Yeah, I favour Fury. I think Fury would do it. I think he's too clever. I don't think he'd want to. Listen, I don't think he'd want to take the fight unless he believes himself, because we all take fights. But what I mean is the man he's done so well and achieved so much in the sport. He obviously does feel that he's still got it. Everyone's judging him off his last fight with Ngannou, but you can't go by that. I just don't think Fury turn up, and I think you'll see a different Fury against Usyk.
Have you been keeping tabs on Ryan Garcia's situation at all?
Ryan Garcia, yeah, little bits, and listen, that's very, very interesting. By the sounds of it, he's called everyone out, and now they're coming out trying to do another Andrew Tate on him. So yeah, it's interesting.
Bring this back to yourself. What happened to the hair? I thought you looked real flashy with the mop back in the day. Just got rid of it?
Oh yeah, I got a load of stick from the wife, so I had to come off.
Leave the fine word with yourself. What happens this weekend in your fight?
Happens this weekend. It'd be nice to knock the fella spark out. Good night, sleep. Obviously, hopefully he goes home all right after, but it'd be nice to be another knockout rule, you know. So.
Archie, pleasure. Thanks for being SecondsOut.
Thank you.